Hey, and welcome to the Herbal Bloom. Today we are talking about inflammation after 50 and why your gut may be asking for one simple daily pattern before you add another supplement, another cleanse, or another complicated wellness routine. If you have been feeling more puffy, more bloated, more stiff, more tired after meals, or like your body reacts to foods it used to handle easily, this video is for you. Because after 50, many women start to notice a frustrating pattern. They are not necessarily eating terribly, they may even be trying to eat healthier. They add salads, cut sugar, buy probiotics, drink green smoothies, or try anti-inflammatory recipes. But their body still feels heavy, uncomfortable, or unpredictable. And when that happens, it is very easy to think, maybe I need a stronger remedy. Maybe I need a detox. Maybe I need to remove more foods. Maybe I need to start over. But sometimes the body is not asking for something stronger. Sometimes it is asking for something steadier. Before we go deeper, a gentle note. This video is for education and general wellness support. It is not medical advice, and inflammation can be connected to many medical conditions. If you have persistent pain, unexplained weight loss, blood in the stool, ongoing digestive symptoms, autoimmune disease, diabetes, or if you take medication, please work with a qualified healthcare professional. Natural does not automatically mean safe, and gut symptoms that keep coming back deserve proper attention. Now, let's make this practical. When people hear the word inflammation, they often imagine something dramatic: swelling, injury, disease, a body that is under attack. But inflammation is not always bad. It is part of the body's normal repair system. If you cut your finger, your immune system responds. If you get an infection, your body reacts. If you exercise, your muscles experience tiny stress signals and then rebuild. The problem is not inflammation itself. The problem is when the body stays in a low-grade, irritated state for too long, without enough recovery signals. And the gut can be one of the places where this becomes very noticeable. Your gut is not just a tube that moves food through your body. It is a living interface between the outside world and your internal world. Every meal is information. Your gut has to decide what to break down, what to absorb, what to move along, what to tolerate, and what to flag as a problem. That is a lot of work. And after 50, the gut may become more sensitive to the combined effect of stress, sleep disruption, lower muscle mass, changing hormones, slower digestion, medication use, lower fiber intake, lower hydration, and years of rushed meals. So when you feel bloated, inflamed, or uncomfortable, the question is not only, what food caused this? A better question may be, what pattern is my gut living in every day? Because the gut loves patterns. It responds to rhythm. It responds to consistency. It responds to the timing of meals, the mix of fibers, the presence of protein, the pace of eating, hydration, movement, and the signals coming from your nervous system. And one of the most overlooked patterns is what I call the daily gut support pattern. It is not a cleanse. It is not a fast. It is not a list of forbidden foods. It is a simple daily rhythm built around 3 ideas: feed the gut gently, move digestion forward, and calm the stress signal around meals. Let's walk through it. The first part of the pattern is feeding the gut gently. A lot of women hear that fiber is good for gut health and inflammation. And that is true in a broad sense. Many fiber-rich foods support the gut microbiome, help with regularity, support blood sugar steadiness, and can contribute to a more balanced inflammatory environment. But there is a big difference between adding fiber wisely and suddenly overwhelming your gut. If your current meals are low in fiber, and then overnight you add huge salads, beans, chia seeds, fiber powders, raw vegetables, and a green smoothie, your gut may not thank you right away. It may push back. Gas, bloating, pressure, cramping, and discomfort can happen when fiber increases faster than your gut can adapt. That does not mean fiber is bad. It may mean the dose, form, or speed was too much. Think of fiber like strength training for your gut ecosystem. You would not go from no strength training to a heavy leg day every morning and expect your body to feel amazing. You would build gradually. The same is true here. A better daily pattern is to add one gentle fiber anchor at a time. A fiber anchor is a food you can repeat often without making meals complicated. It might be oatmeal, ground flaxseed, berries, lentils, cooked vegetables, beans in small portions, chia pudding, apples, pears, sweet potatoes, or a simple soup with vegetables and legumes. The key is consistency, not intensity. For example, instead of saying, "I need to eat perfectly anti-inflammatory," you might say, "For the next 2 weeks, I will add one gentle fiber anchor to breakfast or lunch." That is a pattern your gut can learn. For many women over 50, cooked fiber is often easier than raw fiber at first. A warm bowl of oats may be easier than a giant raw kale salad. Lentil soup may be easier than a cold bean salad. Cooked carrots, zucchini, spinach, or sweet potato may feel gentler than a large plate of raw cruciferous vegetables. This is not because raw vegetables are bad. It is because your gut may need a softer entry point. The second part of the pattern is feeding your microbes variety, but slowly. You may have heard the advice to eat many different plants each week. That can be a useful long-term goal. But if you are bloated and uncomfortable, do not turn that into another pressure project. Start with small variety. Add a handful of berries. Add herbs to soup. Add a spoon of ground flax. Add a small portion of beans to a meal you already tolerate. Add pumpkin seeds. Add a cooked vegetable side. Add cinnamon to oats. Add parsley or cilantro. Add one new plant food at a time. Your gut does not need you to become perfect by Monday. It needs repeated, calm exposure. And this is where many people get stuck. They try a gut health routine for 3 days, feel bloated, quit, and conclude, "My body hates healthy food." But sometimes the body is simply saying, "Too much, too fast." The third part of the pattern is protein. This may surprise you in a gut inflammation video, but after 50, protein matters deeply, not only for muscle, but also for blood sugar steadiness, cravings, recovery, and the sense of being nourished. When meals are mostly coffee, toast, salad, crackers, fruit, or small snacks, the body may not feel supported. Blood sugar may rise and fall more sharply, hunger may return quickly, cravings may increase later, and the nervous system may stay more alert because the body does not feel like enough building material is coming in. A gut-friendly meal does not have to be high protein in an extreme way, but it should usually include a clear protein source. That might be eggs, Greek yogurt, tofu, tempeh, fish, chicken, turkey, beans, lentils, cottage cheese, or another protein that fits your diet and health needs. The daily pattern is simple: fiber anchor plus protein anchor. Not perfect macros, not dieting, just anchors. For breakfast, that could be Greek yogurt with berries and ground flax, or eggs with cooked vegetables and a slice of whole grain toast, or oatmeal with protein added in a way you tolerate. For lunch, that could be lentil soup with a side of protein, or a bowl with quinoa, chicken, or tofu, cooked vegetables, olive oil, and herbs, or leftovers made into a steady meal instead of a random snack plate. The goal is not to eat more complicated food. The goal is to send your gut and metabolism the same message every day. We are nourished, we are steady, we are not in emergency mode. Now let's talk about moving digestion forward. One of the most underrated anti-bloat habits after 50 is a short walk after meals. Not a workout, not a punishment, just a gentle walk. After eating, your body is managing glucose, digestion, circulation, and nervous system signals. A short walk can support that process. It may help you feel less heavy, less sleepy, and more comfortable. It can also become a calming transition instead of going straight from eating to sitting, scrolling, or rushing. For the Herbal Bloom audience, I like the 10-minute rule. After one meal per day, especially lunch or dinner, take a 10-minute easy walk. If you cannot walk outside, walk around the house. If you cannot do 10 minutes, do 5. If you cannot walk, Simply stand, move gently, or do light household movement. The point is not intensity. The point is rhythm. Your gut is not separate from movement. The body is designed to digest in a moving, breathing, living system. When we sit all day, rush meals, and then sit again, digestion can feel sluggish. A gentle walk says, let's move this along. Now, the third part of the daily pattern may be the most overlooked. Calm the stress signal around meals. This is where gut health becomes nervous system health. Many women are not just eating food. They are eating while answering emails, standing at the counter, watching stressful news, feeding someone else, driving, or mentally reviewing their to-do list. The meal is technically happening, but the body is not fully receiving it. Digestion works best when the body feels safe enough to digest. This does not mean you need a perfect candlelit meal. It means your body needs a few seconds of transition. Before the first bite, try a simple pause. Put the food down, relax your shoulders. Take one slow breath, look at the meal, let your body register that food is here. That may sound too small to matter, but small signals repeated daily can become powerful. If your gut is constantly receiving food in a stress state, it may respond with tension, speed, discomfort, or poor signals of fullness. A 20-second pause before eating is not a cure for inflammation, but it is a way to stop stacking stress on top of digestion. And this is the heart of the pattern. Feed gently, move lightly, pause before meals. Now let's talk about what many people do instead. They feel inflamed or bloated, so they cut more. They remove gluten, dairy, carbs, beans, fruit, grains, and anything that seems suspicious. Sometimes elimination can be useful when guided properly, especially for specific medical conditions or intolerances. But many women end up with a shrinking diet and growing fear. They have fewer foods, less fiber, less variety, less joy, and more anxiety around eating. That is not always healing. Sometimes it makes the system more reactive. The goal is not to ignore foods that genuinely bother you. The goal is to avoid turning every symptom into a reason to restrict more and more. Instead of asking, what else should I remove? Also ask, what support am I missing? Am I eating enough protein? Am I getting any gentle fiber daily? Am I hydrated? Am I walking after meals? Am I eating too fast? Am I using coffee as breakfast? Am I changing everything at once? Am I giving my gut a repeatable rhythm? These questions are not glamorous, but they are often the difference between a routine that lasts and a reset that collapses by Wednesday. Now let's bring this into a simple 7-day plan. For the next 7 days, do not try to overhaul your whole diet. Choose one meal to stabilize. For many women, breakfast is the easiest place to start because it sets the tone. But if breakfast is not your meal, choose lunch or dinner. At that meal, include one protein anchor and one gentle fiber anchor. Then add one calm signal before eating. One slow breath, shoulders down, no phone for the first few bites if possible. And after one meal per day, take a gentle 5 to 10 minute walk. That is it. Not perfect anti-inflammatory eating, not a cleanse, not a full supplement cabinet. Just one daily pattern. Protein plus gentle fiber. Pause. Walk. If you want to make it even simpler, here are 3 examples. Example 1. Breakfast. Greek yogurt, berries, ground flax, and a few walnuts. Before eating, take one slow breath. Later, after lunch or dinner, take a 10-minute walk. Example 2. Lunch. A warm bowl with chicken or tofu, cooked vegetables, sweet potato, olive oil, and herbs. Eat seated. Chew slowly for the first few bites. Walk afterward. Example 3. Dinner. Lentil soup, a side of cooked greens, and a protein you tolerate. Keep the meal warm and simple. Afterward, take a slow walk or do light kitchen cleanup without rushing. Notice what these meals have in common. They are not extreme. They are not tiny. They are not trying to punish the body into being less inflamed. They are trying to support the body into feeling safer and steadier. Now, what about herbal remedies? This is the Herbal Bloom, so of course we should talk about botanicals, but I want to be very clear. Herbs work best when they are added to a foundation, not used to compensate for a missing foundation. For digestive comfort, people often talk about ginger, peppermint, fennel, chamomile, turmeric, or herbal teas. Some women find warm herbal tea after meals soothing. Some find ginger helpful for digestive comfort. Some use peppermint, though peppermint may worsen reflux for some people. Chamomile can feel calming for some, while others need to be cautious depending on allergies, medications, pregnancy, or medical history. So the question is not, which herb fixes inflammation? The better question is, which gentle support, if any, fits my body and my situation? A warm cup of ginger tea after dinner may be a beautiful ritual for one person. Peppermint may be a bad fit for someone with reflux. Turmeric may be popular, but it is not automatically appropriate for everyone, especially in concentrated supplement form or with certain medications. This is why I always come back to the same principle. Natural does not mean automatic yes. Start with food rhythm first. Add herbs thoughtfully. Pay attention to your body. And when in doubt, ask a qualified professional, especially if you take medication or have a health condition. Now let's talk about signs that your daily pattern may be helping. You may notice less bloating after meals. You may feel more satisfied and less snacky at night. You may have more regular bowel movements. You may feel less heavy after dinner. Your afternoon energy may become steadier. You may stop feeling like every meal is a mystery. But remember, the goal is not to micromanage every sensation. Bodies are not perfectly quiet. Digestion makes sounds. Bloating can happen sometimes. A meal can sit differently from one day to the next. The goal is not zero symptoms forever. The goal is a more resilient pattern, a body that recovers faster, a gut that feels less reactive, a routine that you can actually repeat. And this matters deeply after 50 because consistency becomes more powerful than intensity. At this stage of life, the body often responds better to repeated supportive signals than to dramatic resets. Sleep, protein, fiber, hydration, walking, and calmer meals may not sound exciting, but they are the daily language your body understands. So if you are feeling inflamed after 50, your gut may not be asking you to start from scratch. It may be asking you to stop shocking it with extremes. It may be asking for a steady breakfast, a slower first bite, a warm, fiber-rich meal, a short walk after dinner, a little more protein, a little less rushing, a little more repetition, and maybe, only after that, a gentle herbal ritual that fits you. Let's close with a simple reminder. Your gut is not trying to make your life difficult. It is constantly responding to the inputs it receives. Food, stress, sleep, movement, hormones, medications, hydration, and emotions all speak to it. So instead of asking your gut to be calm while your day is chaotic, begin by giving it one daily pattern it can trust. Protein plus gentle fiber. Pause before eating. Walk after one meal. Repeat for 7 days and observe. Not with judgment, with curiosity. Because healing routines do not have to be dramatic to be meaningful. Sometimes the most powerful support is the one your body can recognize every single day. If this video helped you understand your body a little more clearly, subscribe to the Herbal Bloom. Here we talk about natural wellness, healthy aging, digestion, menopause, metabolism, stress, sleep, and realistic routines that support your body without hype or impossible promises. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I'll see you in the next video.